What's up guys, back in today with another reaction on the channel, and today I'll be reacting to the first episode of Chitose Is in the Ramune Bottle. Honestly got no idea what that title means. I think the genre of this show is a harem romance comedy. I could be wrong about that. Don't know an awful lot going in, so yeah, going into this one very blind. I did notice that it's a 50-minute premiere, which is pretty awesome. I usually do like my extended, either like 2 episodes to begin with or something like this, where we do get an extended first episode. So very much on board with things right from the off. I've only ever seen one anime by the studio and I really didn't like it. It was Spy something, Spy Classroom, something like that, and it was just like full of plot holes and stuff. But it was pretty great looking, so I'm expecting a good production. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this first episode in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. It is very blue, isn't it? Ow. Okay. A lot of blue. I wonder how many times blue was said that first minute. What's a rose tinted version of blue? So yeah, is that what is it one of those horrible, I have never used one, but it looks really tough. You've got to like push the ball thing in, those horrible Japanese drinks. I say they're horrible, they probably taste really nice, but they're horrible because one, it seems like an absolute pain in the ass to even open it, and two, there's like 200 milliliters maximum surely in those bottles. Is that what a Ramune bottle is? When I think Ramone, I think Ramona from Scott Pilgrim. Oh, lucky you. Looks like a pretty normal guy to me. But yeah, I gotta say again, the production looks very nice, doesn't it? Voice actors are good as well. My number one. Oh damn. So is it the case that this guy is like this super generic, good at everything harem leader, and these are all his girls? I say super generic. It is super generic, but I've actually never really seen too many shows like this. Like one of the ones I can think of is Evanescence in Shadow, and that's like a parody more than anything of stuff like this. I mean, that's pretty much it. Can't really name too many off the top of my head that I've watched. I mean, I could describe Muri Lover that aired last season as a harem, I guess, but not really. Yeah, these guys are absolutely going to get overlooked in a show. I feel like just judging based off everyone saying hi to each other, and these guys not even getting addressed. They're just the others. Oh, hi, you too. Yeah, hi to you too. You background motherfuckers. So again, pretty generic start here. I do wonder what exactly we're going to cover in this first 50 minutes. Will it warrant it having a kind of extended intro? Hmm. Understandable, to be honest, isn't it? I feel like that sometimes towards people, yes, but sometimes towards, I mentioned this lot of times, but some anime that are like hugely popular and very highly rated. Sometimes I feel like I dislike them more because they are popular and highly rated. Too much so for, in my opinion, for certain shows. I won't go into it again because I go into it a lot, but especially in recent years, there's been a lot of very overrated anime just purely based off the production quality, less so the story and characters, which is what I care mostly about. So yeah, because they're more popular, I probably hate them more. But I have done that about people as well, like just not even knowing them, but just because they're popular, you have a kind of preconceived notion of how they're going to be, so you instantly don't really like them. But yeah, I'd hate this guy. I can't like you. This guy would be one of the prime examples of what I'm talking about there. I think. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I do agree. It's cringe. The thing is, though, I say this, I'd kind of like to be. I'm so self conscious, I think, and so kind of in my own head. I'd kind of. Yes, I think it's very cringe, and I'm kind of with those guys over there. But I don't think that's the only way to be about things. Like again, it's much easier said than done. But I'd like to be the case of I'd like to be cringe. To be honest with you, I'd like to be cringe. I'd like to put myself out there, embarrass myself a little bit, say some say some things like this that make people cringe. But I'm way too self conscious to. I wouldn't ever like. Yeah, I wouldn't want to put other people through that kind of cringeness and such. So I can't do it. But I'd like to be in that kind of not to this extent, but I'd like to be that way inclined where I'm confident enough to just like say anything like this and yeah. again, I think that very much is the good word to sum this up so far, isn't it? It's been pretty cringe so far. I think maybe intentionally so. Well, yeah, intentionally so, I do think. But nevertheless, pretty cringe. I'm smoking. Hmm. Are they? Is he? Is that where he puts his cigarette butts, or does he keep old ones in there to smoke again? Me and my friends used to do that when we were underage. We used to yeah, like keep some fag butts to smoke the end of. Pretty disgusting, but all you could really do when you're underage. And then we found this random furniture shop that just randomly on the side sold tobacco pouches from abroad. I'm not sure which one of my friends found that place, but yeah, it was just really weird. Like just a classic furniture shop that just so happened to sell illegal tobacco. So that was handy for us. Oh, that's his name, Chitose. Okay. I gotta say, they chose a really good voice actor for this guy because even his voice actor sounds like a bit up himself. Again, I think intentionally. Like, yeah, just I'm not. I don't really like this guy at all. Over it. Forgot to. Already dislike this guy quite a lot. So I guess it can only really go up from here in terms of his character. Like this guy's just everything, isn't he? He reads. He's super sporty. He's popular. He's funny. He's got a good relationship with the teacher. Like one of these characters. I feel like you wouldn't write him like this unless you were actually going to do something interesting with him, though. If you know what I'm saying? Ah. You gonna do a bit of wrestling move on him? Straight in there. They actually say that. Get her ass. Rude little kids. Fucking pompous asshole. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was gonna say like the white is probably not the best thing to jump in a river with like that. It's pretty see-through. She turned that into a pretty nice situation, to be fair to her, didn't she? I don't know about you guys, but there's something to counter that. I would say there's something pretty nice about getting home relieved. Would be the other thing that they'd go home like feeling, because I've definitely been in like a dangerous kind of, or seemingly anyway, kind of like dangerous situations where I'm like, I get home and I'm just like, and you're just relieved. Like sometimes you get home happy and such, and it's like nice. Like yes, you got a good mood, but sometimes it's satisfying again just getting home and just being like, wow, I'm out of any danger, I'm out of any that issue or that situation I was in before. Sometimes that's more satisfactory than what she was talking about, but in most cases, yeah, she did turn that around to be a nice situation, didn't she? But again, I've said it. I said it before. This is pretty massively generic so far, isn't it? Massively. Kind of happened to me when I was younger. Me and my friends always used to play at the park, play football, and then the goals got took away one day because one kid ran into the goal post, hit his head, and that got the goals taken away for everybody. But really, if the parents was paying attention or anything, that wouldn't have happened. Not the goal post's fault. Who's that then? That is a pretty weird thing to say, isn't it? I like you more than the boy I'm closest with. Sucks for that guy. This guy is so fucking cringe. I said it before, but I feel like they've got like it's so generic and so cringe. Surely there's something like they're gonna do something interesting with this because this is like so intentional, right? There's no way it could be unintentional to make this so. Yeah, I feel like something for like solo leveling, it kind of works because there's not much. Like it's like the action is the main kind of draw, whereas this show, I'd assume like the drama and the romance and the relationships would be the draw in this kind of genre. So I'm expecting some kind of like switch up or something at some point during the show. I don't know. At the minute, this sounds bad, but I'm kind of dreading the fact that I've got another 30 minutes listening to this guy. This is really crazy as well because I'm recently just rewatching Do Ra Ra Ra, and there's currently a situation with trying to bring a student back to school in that show, and my god, is the difference quite stark. Hopefully you can't hear that, but I think there's some roadworks going on outside. I think probably shouldn't be able to hear it, but I certainly can. And do you know what? It sounds quite a little bit more satisfying than hearing this guy talk. Okay. That was smooth. Didn't even do anything. didn't even do anything. Literally. So yeah, she's got Osanai's voice actor from fucking So Shimin series, and I loved Osanai from that show. She was fantastic. So I do like this voice actor a lot. The pinch. Of course it is. Of course you were. Is he locked up in his room? That was a weird way of wording that, wasn't it? Doesn't play very nice. I recognise his voice actor as well from Dangers in My Heart, right? Am I right in saying that? Sounds similar. He sounds like Ichikawa. So yeah, again, the quality. You're a skank. Yeah, they got a very good voice cast here, and again, the animation quality and such is really good. However, the contents, I can't say I'm really enjoying much so far. Oh, it does sound slightly different actually. Maybe that's yeah, maybe that's not Ichikawa's voice actor. It's kind of sounded similar to him initially though. My flunky. Get the fuck out of my house. Yeah, understandable. I think there was a little, as we saw with that scene, to be honest, with the light kind of coming through the curtains. There was a little glimpse of some light in there, so there's a chance for this guy. I think there always is. However, I totally understand. I wouldn't want this fucker in my house. I'd be mad that my parents let him in the first place. So fucking cringe, bro. Who talks like this? Maybe they do. Maybe popular guys and girls do talk like this, but I've never. Yeah, maybe that's just me. I've never spoke like this. Never had anyone say that to me so abruptly or anything. But again, maybe that's a me thing. Maybe it does happen to these popular, attractive types. And then to blue. Just bringing his whole harem to this guy. Like, which one of these girls suits you best? Like, pimping out these girls. Fucked up. And yeah, she's got no issues with the, yeah. So at one time I was brazen enough to ask this very attractive girl in my class to it's never happened, unfortunately, but we did pinky promise that I'd take her virginity, and that was pretty cringe. Never happened, unfortunately, but we did pinky promise, which is yeah. She was very hot. She was really nice as well, actually. Surprisingly, it's usually the case where they're not so nice if they're the more attractive they are, but she was very attractive and very nice. But yeah, too good for me. I think she was. I think she probably just done that out of pure awkwardness. That is the type of dialogue and the type of interactions this guy has every time we see him. It feels like Like, I look back at that and think, oh, cringe. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. And I get that same feeling almost every time this guy talks to anyone. We got a new hoe to pimp out. Don't you worry, Kun. Let's say Kun. Don't you worry, son. I think I mixed up Kun with son. Wayne Skank. Alright, he just called her a bitch. I mean, I don't know what bitch means. That's the thing, isn't it? You can understand from his perspective. It is just like, oh, you're just doing this to act like the good people. You're not actually trying to help me. You don't actually care about the person I am. You don't actually want to help someone. You actually just want to look good. You want to do the right thing, which I think doing the right thing is like an admirable thing. But you want to do the right thing, but you don't really care about the actual substance in what you're doing. I think that happens a lot. You see it a lot with like celebrities and like charity events and such, and all sorts. Funny enough, I was just looking up. I think it's Selena Gomez. She's like getting married, and that whole kind of situation that she had with. I think someone donated like an organ to her, and then after that donation, she just like forgot that that person that donated the organ ever existed. And it's kind of like that. It's like, oh, you'll accept this kindness and do something nice and whatever, but as soon as it gets down to actually like caring about something, you don't actually care about the situation or the person that donated this thing to you. You just erase them out of your life. It's a similar thing to that, I think. But I feel like this a lot, especially just talking to normal people. I'm usually quite a good listener, and sorry to pause again. I'm quite a good listener. I actually like listen to other people, and as someone like that, it's actually incredibly rare to meet other people that actually want to listen to what you have to say. When they ask how your day's going or how are you, it's rare to find people that actually care or want to hear what you have to say. I feel like a lot of people just like skip over stuff and just to get out what they want to say and what they want to talk about, and they don't care about actually listening to people. And I found that a lot, to be honest. I find that a lot with people when I meet them and such. It's like, oh, you're just trying to go through all these conventional things that they say, and like, how are you? Do you actually really care about how I am? Are you actually really even gonna listen? Like, I've said, funny enough, I've said like when people have asked how are you doing, it's just like I say something like not too great, and they'll be like, oh, okay, and then they just like skip over it and such, and it's just like. So you didn't care. Why even ask? Like, why even go through all this fucking bullshit initial meeting stuff when you don't actually care or give a fuck about the other person? Yeah, probably similar. Again, I can totally kind of get behind what this guy's going through. I think his way of thinking towards other people, and I think he's right generally. I do think it is like 90% of the people you interact with won't actually care. They just care about themselves. They're very selfish. I've definitely done that, to be fair. I actually remember, I think it was like my first or second year of high school, I like asked a girl out and I was really embarrassed about it. I ended up going out with her, but I don't know what it was. I was just really embarrassed about the whole situation. It only lasted like a couple of weeks, to be fair. I think she maybe just pity accepted, to be fair. But yeah, it was really awkward. I can't believe it. Yeah, this guy's in his house again. I mean, he's kind of got to get out of his room to do anything about it, which is the irony, isn't it? Like, man, I'd hate to have this guy in my fucking house, but I can't kick him out because I can't leave my room. Can I just break into his house? I love the song, but it's a pretty awesome fucking song actually. But you have just broken into this house, right? Destroyed his window. Still got a while left. Yeah, still got a while left. I'm not sure what's going on right now. Yeah, that was something. You guys know me by this point, I think. I don't. It feels like the generic kind of general audience nowadays. The highest priority is animation and quality. Whereas to me, that's quite low down, to be honest with you. Again, I care much more about characters, story, relationships, developments. And this was pretty awful. I can't lie. This was so generic. The characters so one note and so cringe. It was not enjoyable, to be honest with you. Again, I can't fault the production. The production was great. It looked fantastic. The music was great. The voice acting was superb, but it's just like why I mentioned like solo leveling earlier. It's like, why have all that great stuff if it's just gonna it's like a gold painted turd. I think is the analogy, right? It's just like a stinking pile of shit painted in expensive gold is what this kind of feels like. But we still have 15 minutes, which is strange. Looks like we're going to some kind of live action thing right here at the end, so that could be interesting. So I guess we'll watch the rest. But honestly, that was no way warranted a extended episode, right? Yeah, what was this last 15 minutes about then? Let's start breaking common ground. Okay, so yeah, we've got some kind of live action thing. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to watch this, to be honest with you guys. Dinosaur Park. So is this just like a kind of extra segment about the show? We're just talking fucking nonsense right now about these dinosaurs. They look pretty good though. They look pretty good. About 45, not really, it's half an hour and then 15 minutes of whatever this is. So it's barely an extended episode, to be fair. What are we doing here? Just yapping. I'm just going to skip through this, I think. Just absolutely yapping. What the fuck is this? What, we just added 15 minutes of the voice actors yapping at the end of the episode and calling this an extended episode? What the fuck? What? And like, I get these things. Like, you do these things to promote the show. You do these things for the audience, and I see these things either like leading up to a show kind of starting, or like after a season or something, with like the voice actors they kind of promote and such. But to add this onto the episode, like the actual, like, I like it when they do these separate like live streams and such, but it's not just weird. You just added these girls yapping for 15 fucking minutes. I'm not watching this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, honestly, pretty poor start, to be honest with you. Probably the least, my least favorite premiere episode of the season. Again, it looks incredible. Sounds incredible. Everything about it is incredible, apart from the characters and the story, which unfortunately are the two biggest things. I will continue this because I have heard, I didn't mention it earlier, but I have heard that the start of this show is incredibly slow and bad. I think just purely based off, I looked up the light novel and that's decently rated. It's got decent ratings from the people that have read it. I looked at the manga and the ratings are nowhere near as good, and I think that's probably because the manga readers probably gave up quite a bit quicker than the light novel readers. I imagine those people were like me and just thought, oh, that was terrible, not reading that again. Whereas light novel readers may be a bit more patient, maybe give it a few more kind of books, and they ended up quite liking where it goes. So I did mention this earlier, surely with it being so generic and so cringe, surely that's intentional and they're going to do something with that, right? I hope. So I'm gonna watch episode 2. I think I'll do the 3-episode rule on this. But I don't usually have this 3-episode rule thing. If the show's bad, and I know it's going to be bad right from the first episode, I will usually just drop it. But I'm holding out some kind of hope for this, so I will watch at least 3 episodes, I think, and see what happens during those. But again, honestly, not very impressed so far. Yeah, just cringe. And I am the personification of all of the downbeat characters that we saw in today's episode. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. Let me know if you guys read the source material and if it is actually worth kind of continuing. Because if it is, if you guys have read it and it is going to be exactly like this, please do let me know, because I will probably just not continue. But yeah, leave a like if you did enjoy the reaction somehow, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Felt like that was just like 40 minutes of me complaining, so apologies guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your day.